Prabhupada ki jai. Many devotees in the West and even in India, they read Prabhupada books. By the same time, they don't read Prabhupada books. It's both. It's just like Dhritarashtra, he sees and doesn't see. He's blind from his eyes and he tries to see from his eyes, even though he's blind through the eyes of knowledge, but still he doesn't see anything. So, why I'm making this point? Because first of all, devotees don't read Prabhupada books, that's another thing. But those who read it, they read it on a very superficial platform, that's the point. Prabhupada books are very interesting because the language appears to be very simple, first of all. It's not complex in relative to the language used by previous acharyas, like Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur, very complex English. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, not complex English, but relatively much, through standards it is much elegant English as compared to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada's English is very, very easy. And Prabhupada presents the concepts in a very easy terms. And in fact, this brought praise to Prabhupada books as well as criticization. Both philosophers and many wise people, they praised Prabhupada because he presented deep concepts of Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy in very simple language that even children can understand. People in the West who had absolutely no idea of what is Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, they could understand. They could not only understand, they could imbibe it. They could change their whole life and become sannyasis, and they could preach and debate with others. That's the beauty of Prabhupada books. But this brought also criticization because many of the other Prabhupada God brothers and Gaudiya Math especially, not all of them, but some of them, they criticized that Prabhupada didn't give deeper concepts, and his language is so easy that it doesn't capture the deeper concepts. And if you want to understand deeper concepts, you should go to previous acharyas' books, especially Sanskrit and blah 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 whatever. So, what's truth? The truth is, Prabhupada books are simple but yet deep. Prabhupada, every statement has different layers to its meanings, and that's okay. I mean, all scriptures are like that. Even Bhagavad Gita, if you read a verse again and again, new meanings dawn in your consciousness every time, and that's the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam, Gita, Vedas. That's why people read Bhagavad Gita their entire life, and still every time they read, they have new realizations, new meanings, and those meanings are not just speculations, but they're different levels of meanings. That's according to Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya says every verse of Bhagavad Gita has at least 1,000 meanings. What about that? And all those are bona fide and corroborating with Vedic philosophy. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada books. Prabhupada writes a statement that appears to be simple, straightforward, but when you think over it again and again and again, you will find that same statement will have a depth, will have a various layers of meanings. Now I'll give you an example to understand. For example, Srila Prabhupada says regarding chanting. Srila Prabhupada says, concentrate on sound vibration when you chant. That's a statement of Prabhupada. Not exactly, I'm not paraphrasing, but Prabhupada uses these words, concentrate on sound vibration when you chant. Okay, straightforward. So when you chant Hare Krishna, you have to concentrate. You have to bring your mind back on the sound vibration. But the more you think about this statement, concentrate on sound vibration, when you think about it, then you can concentrate on something by using your intellectual capacity, by using logics. That okay, the sound vibration is God, it's Himself. The sound vibration is God's name, so it's important, so I should bring my mind back on the sound and concentrate. But the more you think, you will you will go much deeper and you will say, okay, if you want to concentrate on something, it can be a mechanical concentration, just like you concentrate on a point, just like yogis do, or a flame, candle flame. It can be a mechanical concentration. Or it can be an intellectual concentration, using your attitude, using your logic, that God's name is God itself. You can concentrate on the concept along with sound vibration, the concept in sound vibration. But if you go much deeper, then you will realize that concentration can easily be achieved by love. There's a loving concentration, isn't it? So mechanical concentration is done by yogis, intellectual concentration is done by jnanis, and loving concentration is brought about by devotees. So Srila Prabhupada's sentence is not so easy if you really think about it. If you go deeper, novice and neophyte devotees, they take a superficial meaning, concentrate, okay, mechanical concentration, Hare Krishna, and sound vibration, and that's it. No. When you advance, then you understand, oh, it can be intellectual concentration. You can understand the concept behind sound vibration. This sound vibration is different from material sound vibration, the spiritual sound vibration. It is God's name, is God Himself, and then you can do better concentration. But when you advance more and go deeper, then you understand loving concentration. In fact, when you go a step further, then you will find that actually you don't need to concentrate. You simply need to love Krishna and concentration will automatically happen. That's the deepest level of understanding. Although Prabhupada is saying concentrate on sound vibration, when you advance pretty much, then you understand, I don't need to concentrate, I need to love Krishna and concentration will automatically happen. This is called as spontaneous concentration. So you see, there are so many levels of meanings of one statement of Prabhupada. Prabhupada says concentrate on sound vibration, but then mechanical concentration, intellectual concentration, loving concentration, and spontaneous concentration. Which level do you want to chant? You have to decide. But before that, first you have to go deeper in the statements of Srila Prabhupada books and not just block your mind that Srila Prabhupada books are simple, straightforward, superficial, and there's nothing deeper. And that's the beauty of Srila Prabhupada books. That's the beauty. Genius and wise people, they write like this. They write a statement, and as people advance, they can see the meanings within the same statement, and the same statement is applicable to step 1, to initial devotee, and the same statement is applicable to an advanced devotee, but with the very, very different meanings. And that's how we should read Prabhupada books. Please read like that. And if you want a term for that, Prabhupada books have different levels of layers of meaning, or you can say Prabhupada books have parokshvad. That's a term used by Krishna for Uddhav. Parokshvad is a technical term where you write something in a way that the same writing and different levels of meaning. And by the way, that's a difference between a poem and a phrase, a paragraph, a prose. A prose and a poem is different. The basic difference is not just the rhyming pattern and the rhymes and the other ornamentation. The main difference between a prose and a poetry is prose has just one level of meaning was written. Not level, just the meaning, their literal meaning. But a poem is poem because it has different levels of meaning. So Prabhupada books is a poem. Let's put it like that. That's why we say Bhagavad Gita. Gita is Gita because it's a poem. Poem means that it's having different levels of meaning. And Prabhupada writes a purport on that scriptures, a poem, and that's also a poem. And you should read Prabhupada purports in the capacity that it's a poem, and then you will understand Prabhupada books. Or we will understand Prabhupada books. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada.